Claressa Shields' epic encounter with Savannah Marshall was a Fight of the Year contender. In front of 20,000 fans at a sold-out O2 arena, the two middleweights produced an instant classic. Shields' blistering speed was in perfect contrast to Marshall's ferocious power, and the pair traded blows for 10 intense, unrelenting rounds. As the crowd watched on with bated breath, the fight was soon over within the blink of an eye, Shields winning via unanimous decision to become the undisputed middleweight champion. The overriding feeling for many upon the final bell was that of admiration, and social media was flooded with fighters and fans lauding Shields, Marshall and the others who competed on women-only card. Yet, as the results emerged and the O2 crowd began to dissolve, those leaving the arena couldn't help but wish that the fight had lasted that bit longer. Indeed, while the contest went the distance, the rounds were just 2 minutes long, subsequently reigniting the debate for elite female boxers to have longer fights. Claressa Shields comes out throwing everything in RD1 flushed face. Shields Marshall pic.twitter.com/xlklj2r2kp. Ring of highlights at Ringofilight, October 15, 2022. For many fans, the desire to see 3-minute rounds boils down to a desire to see a better overall spectacle. Shields vs. Marshall lasted just 20 minutes. The maximum time for a women's fight, which equates to a men's world title contest ending in the 7th round. Had the rounds been longer, the number of potential scenarios would have increased tenfold. Would it have been possible for Shields to maintain her speed and energy for 12 full 3-minute rounds? Would Marshall have been able to capitalize on her opponent's swollen eye? Could either fighter have secured a knockout? These are all questions that were left unanswered, and hence why some fans feel as though they've been cheated. As Shields told, the fans, want to see their favorite fighter get knockouts and have enough time to execute. 2 minutes is not enough time. There are multiple excuses used to justify the enforcement of shorter female fights. The WBC has previously said the decision is based on physiological, psychological and physical differences between women and men. Meanwhile, according to other reports, have stressed the difference in terms of rounds is to accommodate certain skill levels and women's overall boxing experience compared to men. The main point of contention concerns the debate as to whether female boxers have a higher chance of injury. In 2020, a study published in the Orthopedic Journal of Sports Medicine found that female athletes appear to sustain more severe concussions than male athletes, due in part to a lower biomechanical threshold tolerance for head impacts. For this reason, the World Boxing Council and its president Mauricio Suleiman remain against 3-minute rounds due to the added risk for female fighters. Earlier this year, Amanda Serrano advocated for 3-minute rounds ahead of her fight against Katie Taylor at Madison Square Garden. "I think we should continue to make this fight iconic. Make changes in this game," Serrano said. "If Katie Taylor is willing, I'm ready and able to make this an equal fight, 12 rounds. 3 minutes. This is about equality and we should make the change right now." However, Taylor was not interested in doing so and went on to win the fight. Hannah Rankin, who has lost to both Shields and Marshall, echoed Serrano's thoughts, stating, "I think it does make sense. At the moment, it's 10 2-minute rounds for any title, so the length of a bout doesn't distinguish between the levels the fighters are competing at. We are definitely getting to a point where things need to be looked at, and maybe changed." Yet, Shields, despite acknowledging that fights need to be longer, has emphasized that women's boxing needs to take things step by step. To go from fighting 20 minutes to 30 minutes is dangerous, so I think to go to 24 is better. Get the women used to fighting 12 rounds first. For the change to be implemented, both the boxing commissions and the sanctioning bodies would need to agree. Right now though, the concerns over the safety of female fighters are severely hampering the likelihood of the current laws being re-evaluated. While more research on the subject is clearly needed, boxing fans will hope that some form of compromise can be found. Shields has already teased the idea of a potential rematch in the USA. Assuming that's what the fans want, with Marshall equally asserting her desire to get revenge. A date for a rematch has yet to be discussed. But perhaps the rules will be different by the time the contest comes about. Fans were treated to 20 minutes of blockbuster action on Saturday. Hopefully next time we get to witness even more.